The compound complex sentence. This is the last type of a sentence. This sentence contains two main clauses plus one or more dependent clauses. Let's take an example. People know you, but they cannot understand what you have told them. Let's count the number of clauses. People know, the first combination. They cannot understand, the second combination. You have told them, the third combination. There are three clauses. We try to find the types of clauses. People know you, an independent clause. They cannot understand. This is another independent clause. These two clauses are joined with comma and but. We go to the end of the sentence. They cannot understand what you have told them. What you have told them is a subordinate clause. It functions as the object of the verb understand. We notice that in this sentence there are two types of relationships, coordination and subordination. There are two parts, a compound part and a complex part. We look at the compound part first. The first dependent clause is followed by the second independent clause. They are joined with comma but, so we respect the punctuation of the compound part. The second part is complex. They cannot understand what you have told them. They cannot understand is a main clause, and what you have told them is a subordinate clause. This is the complex part. That's why the sentence is compound and complex at the same time. We call it a compound complex sentence. In general, compound complex sentences have a free structure. We may have an independent clause plus a dependent one plus an independent plus a dependent. Or we have an independent, independent plus dependent. Or dependent plus independent plus independent. And we can have more than one subordinate clause in it. So the structure of the compound complex sentence is a little bit free. It's not limited. Let's take some examples about this. We'll see our friends and we'll buy some gifts. The compound part. If we travel to Algeria. The complex part. You notice that we respect always the rules of punctuation between the clauses. Here the comma is used with and then if does not require any comma because the subordinate clause is used after the main clause. If the subordinate clause is put at the beginning, we say, for example, if we travel to Algeria, then we need a comma. If we travel to Algeria, comma, we'll see our friends, comma, and we'll buy some gifts, full stop. The second sentence, as soon as it started raining, subordinate clause, comma, because it comes first, we gathered the main clause and we left the beach. The complex part is first, then it is followed by the compound part. We always follow the rules of the compound part alone and then the rules of the complex part alone. Another sentence which shows another order of clauses. We know that he was innocent. Here we have two clauses. We know, the main clause, that he was innocent, subordinate clause. Semicolon, he didn't rob the bank, a main clause, which is in the center of the town, a subordinate clause. So we have four clauses here. It is a compound complex sentence. So I just return to the definition of this type of sentence. It contains two independent clauses. We cannot have just one, should have two. And we may have one or more dependent clauses, 1, 2, 3, it depends on what you want to say. We notice that the compound complex sentence follows the rules of the compound sentence and the complex sentence at the same time. It has no fixed rule about the order of clauses or about their types. It is a little bit free. This is an exercise about the compound complex sentence. Write 3 compound complex sentences of your own. Here an example is given to you to help you write a good compound complex sentence. Some steps are proposed to help you and guide you. First, begin with 2 independent clauses. For example, you have the team captain jumped for joy, the first main clause. The fans cheered, the second main clause. These are 2 simple sentences. They are not linked. So the first step is to combine them. So combine the independent clauses to form a compound sentence. The team captain jumped for joy, and the fans cheered. Here we have created a compound sentence. We have created the compound part. Now we try to create the complex part. How? By adding a dependent clause, 1 or more. Now add a dependent clause to your compound sentence to create a compound complex sentence. So we take the last compound sentence. The team captain jumped for joy and the fans cheered because we won the state championship. Here we wanted to express the cause. Or if we want to express time, we can say, when we won the state championship, the team captain jumped for joy and the fans cheered. And we may have many other meanings which can be expressed by subordinating conjunctions or relative pronouns. You do the same thing and write 3 compound complex sentences of your own.